Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Texas Sports World. I am your host, Ethan, and this is a new kind of version of the show called After Further Review. I'm so glad that if anybody is watching this, I'm joined by my brother Logan and my best friend Isaac. As you can see, can't really see because he's in the bottom of the screen, but he's a Bama fan, baby, Bama fan. So yeah, we're gonna.
He don't give a piss about nothing but the time.
Roll Tide, baby!
It's so loud. I was way too. Somebody's listening to this in their car on the way to work, aka me tomorrow, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna forget that even happened." So basically, I kind of want to get into the week from the start. So, did y'all get to watch the Colorado NDSU game a little bit or at all?
I watched it.
Colorado sucks. Simple as that.
But Travis Hunter's tough.
He's a dog. He's number one pick in the NFL draft.
Travis Hunter is pretty good, but I still don't think that. I mean, like their interior offensive line was better than last year, but Shedeur was just. He has a really good release. The way he throws the ball, it jumps out of his arm. It's really solid.
He's got a fast release too. It's really fast.
Yeah.
That team is going to be so screwed when they both go to the NFL.
Oh my dude, they have no that's the thing. It's like this is their best team they're gonna have for the next 20 years.
Isn't Shiloh Sanders 80 years old? Why isn't he so old? Is he not so old?
Mm-hmm.
How old is Shiloh Sanders? He sucks. that kid is not good.
Did you see the late hit?
He's
oh my
dirty.
god, on the receiver?
Yes. He
Right,
was way out of bounds, and he went over there and
beat the crap out of him damn near.
He's 24 years old.
24. I was looking it up
my
too. You beat me to
God.
it.
He's so old. And he's still bad. How are you still bad when you're almost 30 years old?
How are you old and bad?
Did you see the Miami Hurricanes? They have a 26-year-old tight end.
26.
Yeah. He's been in the league for not in the league. He should be in the league.
Yeah,
He's been playing college. He's been playing college football for 9 seasons. This is his 9th season.
Well,
Yeah.
what's his name from Oklahoma State, I think, right? The quarterback, Bowman.
Oh.
He's been in there for 7 years, I think.
Bowman, Alan Bowman, or isn't he? Is he at? No, I think is he at Tech or he's at Oklahoma State, I think.
Yeah, I think he transferred to Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State sucks too. Everybody but the Tide, baby. Yeah, let's talk about that. What are we talking about? What are we getting into today?
So the Colorado game was kind of, I feel like that was pretty much what everybody expected it to be. I mean, NDSU may be an FCS team, but to be honest, they should probably be an FBS team at this point. They've won numerous championships.
9.
The pedigree is there. 9 championships is crazy. The pedigree is there. So, I mean, granted, maybe Colorado is a little bit better, and maybe was that game Colorado is bad, or was that game NDSU is good, or was it just kind of a
Colorado
mix of both?
Colorado's
Think
bad,
so?
and they can both be true. NDSU is good, but Colorado's also really bad. They should have beat that team by at least 10 points, 20 points.
They should have wiped the floor with them.
Yeah.
I mean, they all offseason we've heard, Colorado this, Colorado that.
Well, they got that offensive line. He's the number one offensive lineman in the nation.
Jordan Seaton, I think.
Yeah. He went there. And their O-line didn't look, in my eyes, that improved. I mean, not Shiloh. Shedeur was still running for his life pretty much every play against the FCS team. So,
Yeah, no, I mean, he the thing about Shedeur, though, is I feel like, his big thing is that he's super poised in the sense that because he got hit so much, he still stood in there and he was still able to deliver throws. But I feel like at this point in his career, it's going to hinder him because it felt like he was dropping his eyes really fast. He had that one throw when he was rolling out, made a stop on a dime, turned his shoulders and ripped it back to the middle for a complete pass, and that was cool. He kept his eyes upfield, didn't force the run. That's a good. But 9 times out of 10, it felt like he was the times when the offensive line was holding up, he was like, "Oh wait, I didn't," and so his eyes would drop, and then he would kind of do the whole squabble and wobble thing where he was like didn't know what to do, and then he'd stand back up and realize, yeah, he'd get happy feet. Yeah,
wobble,
wobble, but yeah.
Let me ask you all this: does Colorado win that game if Travis Hunter's not on the team?
No,
dude. Honestly, probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. Because their defense, is bad.
How did he catch that ball in the end zone?
Oh,
dude, I have no clue. That was no clue. That was probably that kid's gonna win the Heisman. I got him as my Heisman favorite right
dude, now. That catch and the catch last night in the LSU USC game are like, that's why we watch college football. Because I feel like you don't see plays like that in the NFL. Pick? Oh my gosh, the Georgia pick, Malachi Starks.
Oh,
jump. Dude, listen.
I wasn't that impressed.
Oh my God,
I wasn't that impressed. Listen, it wasn't that crazy. Everybody's saying it was catch of the year. It wasn't that crazy.
What do you mean?
It was
a little acrobatic. It was a little acrobatic. It was probably the third best catch this weekend.
Nah, bro, you're just a hater, dude. Straight up. Listen, we get your Alabama fan.
We beat Georgia last year. What do I have to hate for?
And you lost your head coach.
Too early. It's too soon. It's too soon to say.
We didn't lose him. We didn't lose him. He's still there. He's around.
Speaking of, can we talk about? No. Can we talk about how he technically is an ambassador for the program and can still give input and still has an office there, but he's going around all over the country and going to these other teams' practices. But Connor Stallions does it. But Connor Stallions does it, and it's like the end of the world.
Well, one of them is the greatest head coach of all time in the history of football.
I'm just saying.
It's double
standard.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Double standard.
Listen, I don't think it's going to have that big of an effect. I don't think he's doing anything crazy. He's out the game right now. He's having a good time with Pat McAfee. He's not worried about us.
That's true.
Miss Terry and Pat McAfee are his go-tos.
Yeah, Miss Terry's got his little oatmeal. Miss Terry got his little oatmeal cookies in the bag. Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about something real quick? I want to make a hot take. All
right, what's up? Hit me with the hot take.
Jalen Milroe is officially your 2024 to 25 college football Heisman.
No.
Yeah, he is.
No.
He is. No. And then it's Travis.
You literally, who did y'all even play?
Western Kentucky, the toppers.
We can't really talk shit.
We played the toppers.
Colorado State. All right, let's be real.
Colorado State. They had a white defensive back starting for them last year. I don't want to hear nothing about Colorado State.
I will listen.
And we put up more points than y'all.
Why do these teams like Georgia, Clemson, LSU, USC, who else had a ranked matchup this week? Like why do that week one? Like what you're setting yourself up for failure because at least like we had this 2-0 game against Colorado State and then we go into number 2. Like make one game, give yourself 1 week to get right. Like who did Florida State play?
Georgia Tech.
Georgia
Tech. They're playing tonight. And they're playing Boston College.
Bill O'Brien. Let's go watch our boy B.O.B. screw up another team.
I hate him.
Baby,
I just got pissed. You ever just got pissed?
Yeah, I have.
Pissed?
I have gotten pissed. I hope Boston College wins that game. I'm not gonna lie. I do hope.
I do too. I mean, honestly, that's probably what's gonna happen because Florida State still doesn't. DJ Ukulele or whatever doesn't really. He's not it. He still can't throw the ball worth a shot. He can't throw the ball past the line of scrimmage. I think he had like negative 0.1 air yards. That's crazy. So I mean, yeah, I feel like Boston College is definitely gonna. I mean, maybe not definitely win, but it could be a game.
I think it will be because I mean we saw Florida State lose to Georgia Tech, and they were supposed to wipe the floor with. I mean, it was not supposed to be even close.
Oh yeah, how does it? I mean, you got Haynes King, the former Aggie. How does it feel to be an Aggie now, watching your guy go out there and beat a top 10 team in week 1? Meanwhile, you can't even handle Haynes King, the quarterback for Georgia Tech. He went to A&M first, and then transferred to Georgia Tech. And I was like, how does it feel to be an Aggie now when you're watching your guy go and beat a top 10 team? Meanwhile, the guy you were out here talking all offseason about, this is our Heisman candidate. All these SEC people were like, oh, y'all got Quinn. No, they got Wegman, man. They got Connor Wegman. It's like, oh,
dude, that kid looked like regular last name. Up cheeks. That dude looked like some straight up butt.
Did you see he came off the field and threw up?
Who's puking? What Heisman is out here puking? I
was like, you should have been out drinking last night, Connor. You should have been on Northgate.
Shouldn't have been out at Northgate. Should have just been in there watching film because clearly you didn't watch enough.
Who did A&M play? I forgot. Who did A&M play?
Notre Dame. And Notre Dame sucks. And they suck.
Okay, let's settle down.
What are you talking about? Let's settle down.
Okay, they didn't look that impressive, but
they didn't look that impressive against a not that impressive A&M.
Yeah, but A&M was still ranked. It's still listen.
Okay, we were talking about this last night. I have a feeling Michigan, Notre Dame, and Clemson are all going to be unranked by the end of the year.
Okay, Clemson for sure, Michigan for sure, Notre Dame probably not. Here's the thing: we got to take all these ranked.
College football playoff.
I don't think they're going to make college football playoffs, but I don't think they're not going to be ranked. And we also
we're talking like from 13 down is where you think Notre Dame's going to be.
Yeah, but we got to take all these week 1 games with a grain of salt, right? Some teams start off hot. A lot of people don't find their stride until week 2 or 3 or 4.
3, right. I mean, that's what I was trying to say earlier when I'm saying, why are these teams scheduling these? Like, if you are a Division I football team, there is no reason you should be scheduling North Dakota State. This team has won 9 championships. Meanwhile, you're riding the backs off of 3 players on your entire roster. Mm-hmm. And you're going to go out there and you're going to schedule a North Dakota State who's won 9. It is granted they have a new coach too. The new coach came from Wyoming, but he was there. He was the defensive coordinator there before being the head coach of Wyoming. So he already knows what it's about. And then you have teams like Clemson. What are you doing? Nobody.
Georgia, the first game is nuts.
Are you stupid?
That's nuts.
Out of all teams.
Listen, okay, but hear me out though. Okay, Georgia didn't look that great.
They didn't, and I think listen.
Carson Beck's hype is wild. I don't understand.
Where is this even coming from? Where is this Carson Beck hype train coming
from? Carson Beck is so mid. He's not even the third best quarterback in the SEC.
I would say he's better than Stetson Bennett, but they're basically the same player.
I wouldn't even say that.
Stetson Bennett was way better than Carson Beck.
Yeah, I think Stetson
Bennett wasn't super athletic. He wasn't running around the field. Neither is Carson Beck, but he was actually.
Can we talk about this? Let's take a look at the quarterbacks in the SEC, and let's rank Carson Beck. Let's find a ranking for him because I don't think he's in like the top 5 in the SEC.
Okay, so who are your top 5?
Jalen Milroe. Where you at?
Okay,
Jalen Milroe. Okay, we got Nico Imavaialawala.
Oh, he is cold.
Oh, my God. He is cold. Look, that's crazy.
Quinn Ewers.
That's crazy. Okay, carry on.
We got Quinn. I feel like you don't think Quinn Ewers is the 3rd?
No, I think Quinn Ewers is probably 1, but carry on.
I don't know about that one. Okay, so who did I have? Jalen Milroe, Nico, Quinn. Then I got Mr. Dart from Ole Miss, Jackson Dart.
He had like 4 or 5 touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah, he looked good. And then
they were playing like Furman or somebody.
Who else do I got?
I think Furman played Oregon.
I can't think of another good quarterback in the SEC.
Taylor Green, Arkansas. I mean, he looked pretty good. Granted, they were playing a shit team.
Okay, so maybe
Brady Cook.
Brady Cook. Yeah, Brady Cook. But maybe Carson Beck's better than him. Maybe he's top 5 in the SEC. But he's still not number 1 in the SEC. So
yeah,
I don't know where all the hype's coming from.
There's just so many more dynamic players at the quarterback position in the SEC this year. And that's why I feel like this year is going to be completely different than any other year in college football that we've seen. Just because, in years past, you had Alabama who it was just like, yeah, that's Bama, and they're going to go 13-0, and we'll see them and we just it wasn't even the topic of conversation. It's kind of a part of the conversation. Like, granted, yes, they're going to make the playoff. Bama's going to make the playoff. That's not part of it. But the question is like, they're not going to rank.
Where are they going to be ranked?
Where? It's not going to be, are they 1 or 2? They could be, but they might not be also. That's never even been a thing.
So does Georgia, listen, because Georgia does Georgia play Texas this year?
Yeah, they played
in Austin.
In Austin, yeah.
Okay, so Georgia has to play 19th. Alabama and Texas. They might not finish in the top 5 this year.
That's true. That's true.
That's very true.
If they stumble, and like, because I didn't see any crazy weapons for Georgia that worried me.
Georgia's running back.
Their running back was pretty cool.
That's what I was about to say. Is out on the perimeter. They didn't have any guys on the perimeter. They didn't have the Ladd McConkey. They didn't have the I can't think of their names right now, but you know that they've had at least one. They've had at least a number one receiver, at least, right? They've always had at least one receiver. They don't really have that guy, that go-to guy. They don't have the tight end anymore. They don't have Brock Bowers anymore. You know, all they have is they have a running back, Trevor Etienne, and he's solid, but he was okay at Florida. I mean, he wasn't like earth-shattering. He's definitely not in the mold of Georgia running backs of the past. That's for sure.
Okay, but Kirby Smart, he's an SEC coach though, and pretty much all SEC teams since the beginning of time have had at least solid run game. So I think they're going to go back to that a lot more this year, especially with Etienne in the backfield. I think they're going to try to be a run-heavy team before a pass-heavy team.
They have to.
You kind of have to be when you don't have a gunslinging quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. And it's not like it's new. It's not like this is like new stuff for Kirby Smart to try to learn. This is pretty much just going back to his roots. So I don't think it'll be super hard for them to do that either.
Yeah. I mean, and then okay, so let's see, what's another game that happened this weekend that was kind of eye-catching?
Oregon and Idaho.
Oh my God, Oregon and Idaho. That's a good. So Oregon got this whole offseason, and they're recruiting like dogs. Okay, I ain't gonna lie to you, they really out there recruiting. Okay, but outside of off the field stuff, so everything on the field, Dillon Gabriel has fleeced every university he's been at.
Dude, DG is so over.
Tennessee Tech next
week. Oregon plays Boise State next week. They could lose that game. Yeah. I could see they have that running back Ashton Jeanty, however you say his name, scored 6 touchdowns last week.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the top, if not the top running back in the country.
Yeah, he's one of them ones for sure.
He's one of them ones for sure. So like
6 touchdowns in a single game is kind of wild.
Crazy. That's crazy.
But yeah, so they played like some trash though, didn't they? I guess
Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon.
Everybody played trash. I mean, but honestly, that's why I feel like when you're watching these trash teams, you have to watch it through the lens of like, take the score out of the. You're not watching now. You're just looking for film almost. Now you're just trying to see how they act in certain plays and whatnot. So like, yes, did Oregon win? Did Texas? I'll even say if Texas kicked Colorado State's ass and they won 52-0, blanked them. But there were still a lot of things that they need to clean up. There's a lot of different and you know there was a lot of things that happened in the Oklahoma and Temple game that I'm sure Oklahoma blew Temple out. But then you look at the stats, Oklahoma was 1 for 10 on third down. Their quarterback was less than 200 yards passing. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't move the ball really on offense. Mm-hmm. So like, you know, and defensively they looked really good, but they were playing
Temple.
That goes back to the whole, taking it with a grain of salt. Because last year Alabama started off, I think it was like we beat some team 50-0 or something like that. And then we went into Texas. And we absolutely shit the bed. So Oregon's one of those teams where, they might have not looked great going in against Idaho, but I think moving forward now, especially with, looking back on it, having film on a game now and kind of having a chip on their shoulder because now everybody's doubting them. There's one of those teams that still possess the firepower to be super dangerous. So if they can just get it rolling, then they could be one of the best teams in the entire nation.
For sure. I mean, yeah, for sure. Oregon has a shot to be a really good team, but the way that they were hyped, like, I just can't get past this, but like I didn't really see an unbeatable team this weekend, including Texas.
Yeah. I agree.
So like,
well, I mean, Oregon has a history though of being severely overrated.
Yeah. Yeah. Oregon and honestly, I think to me, I see Oregon and Notre Dame almost in the same category.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, like
hype-wise, a lot better.
Hype-wise, yes.
Hype-wise,
Notre Dame gets hyped up every year.
So. And historically, like obviously right now, if you look at it on paper and on film right now today, yes, I would say Oregon is much better than Notre Dame. But I'm just saying,
who my sleeper team is? The Nittany Lions, baby.
Penn State?
Yeah, they're my sleeper.
Okay. All right, hold on. Here we go. Okay, so let's do this.
West Virginia is not as bad as Colorado State or Western Kentucky, though.
Fair.
I mean, I'm sure West Virginia would much rather. I bet you Colorado State would have much rather play West Virginia, and West Virginia would have much rather play Colorado State. Okay, so let's do this. Let's give a good team. Let's give a. Isaac, I know you just said yours, but say yours again and why. Everybody, each person's sleeper team, or like the team that could screw something up for everybody else. Kind of like the devil's advocate.
You go first, though. I want to hear y'all first because I already said mine. So y'all go first.
Okay, I'll go first. So mine is Nebraska. Now, hear me out.
Okay.
I think that yes, they're still a young team, and they have a young quarterback, and they're kind of just now ushering in a new whatever with Matt Rule. But I think right. You can say what you want, but that's Patty Holmes right there. That's Patty Mahomes right there. Yeah, I think Dylan Raiola is really good. I think he came in this week and he had a really solid game. He didn't the game didn't seem like it moved too fast for him. You could tell he was processing all the right things. So I think he has a really good yes, they're going to probably go 5-7 this year just because out of pure age and they're at quarterback and everywhere else and they're restarting, but I think they could win 1 or 2 games. That's like, or Nebraska never should have won that game. Like, I think now this might be calling me crazy, but I think Nebraska could have a shot to maybe push Ohio State to the brink, just because they play very similar styles of football. Neither one of those teams are built for the Big Ten. That's why they run through the Big Ten, is because the Big Ten is the Iowas, right? The Iowas of the world. They want to run the ball. Neither one of these teams want to do that. Both of these teams are going to spread the ball out. They're going to want to. That's why Ohio State's always in the college. That's why Ohio State's always relevant, because that's why they play well against the Oregons and against the Alabamas and against the whoever else they play, is because they are built to do that. They can beat the Big Ten no problem, as long as they beat Michigan. It doesn't matter. Right. Who do they host? They play Michigan State. I mean, and then they play Penn State. But Michigan State. That's it. The list stops there.
Yeah, that's the Big Ten. I don't like how everybody's hyping up the Big Ten as a super. Now, granted, SEC looked bad week 1. We did not look that great as a conference, but we're in a different league. I feel like the whole SEC is just so different than even Big Ten. Big Ten's the next best conference.
Yeah, I never really realized it, because we've been in the Big 12 this whole time, and so I would watch the SEC games because the teams are good, but I didn't have any vested interest. None of it mattered. You know what I mean? So now I watched a lot of SEC football this weekend, just because I want to see what Arkansas is doing. I want to see what Vandy's doing. I want to see what
Vandy looked so good, dude. I was so happy for them.
They looked so good.
They looked so good. Oh my god!
Now I get to
anchor down, baby.
Anchor down, but now I get to see. Now I get to see the SEC. It really is. It's a totally different
world. It's a whole different world.
In the physicality of it. And I think Texas has really done a good job of embodying that, because I've rewatched the game 3 times now, and there were a lot of times where we were hurting them, physically. They'd get up and they try to be like, oh, that was nothing. They turn around, look at Silent, and be like, y'all got to come get me.
Yeah, they're gonna have to come sub me.
Well, Sark is he was brought up under Nick Saban, so he's an SEC. Right. I saw somebody talking about it, but they were saying Sark was building an SEC team before they even came into the SEC, because he knew that that's what it took to win. So y'all were playing with an SEC squad over in the Big 12, pretty much having y'all's way with anybody y'all wanted.
Right.
Now y'all moved to the SEC. Y'all are already well prepared and equipped to play football here. So it's not, Like OU, I feel I'm worried about.
So screwed, dude. They're so screwed.
I don't think they have it. But you guys, I mean, with Sark being a SEC coach, I don't feel like y'all are gonna have a big issue with transitioning into the SEC at all. Now, to be fair, y'all's schedule's pretty cake this year as far as SEC teams go.
We got lucky.
But outside of Georgia,
they gave Georgia, Michigan.
No,
Michigan,
and the SEC
bullshit though. But I'm talking about at SEC wise. I mean, y'all got what? Florida, Vandy,
Mississippi State,
yeah,
Kentucky.
Which Kentucky's defense is pretty good.
Yeah, they got a dude on the interior. They got a dude on the interior defensive line that's really solid. I think he transferred linebacker, or he transferred from Georgia. He's supposed to be pretty solid.
And I want Florida so bad to be competitive this year. I really do.
Listen, I have one thing to say to all Florida fans, and I have one thing to say to the boosters of Florida. From everybody else, just hang on to Napier just a little bit longer. Okay, just hang on.
I don't think he's going to be the coach by the time y'all play him.
I don't know, because he has a 5-star quarterback sitting on his bench, dude. And if that 5-star quarterback says, "Hey, coach leaves, I leaves," you're talking about Florida going into some dark times.
Yeah, but one quarterback's not going to fix that issue that they got down there. Dude, that game was so poorly coached. It was so bad, man. It was so bad. He needed to win that game against Miami. He needed to figure out a way, and they have the guys to do it. They're not an untalented roster. They have good guys on their team. So there's a disconnect somewhere.
Logan, go ahead.
No, I was agreeing with Isaac.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree.
They've got plenty of 5-star talent on that roster to go up and win that game. And if you got a terrible coach,
yeah, you're not winning. And Miami looked good. Don't get me wrong. Miami did look good, but that game was winnable for sure.
What's the quarterback at Miami?
He's a stud. I forget his name.
Cam Ward.
He's a dog. He's a dog.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was like 17-10 or something like that going into halftime or going into late in the second quarter. They had just scored a big rushing touchdown, and then they were just like, "All right, we don't got to run the ball no more. We're good."
Yeah. That's the same thing, kind of the opposite that I was talking to you about the LSU USC game. When LSU came out in the second half and they were running with John Emery, they were running the ball. They were really running the ball. Emery had a couple runs. I was like, that hurt me, and I'm sitting in my bed right now.
Yeah,
like you want to talk about runs. Two teams who didn't look great either. USC and LSU didn't look great.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, listen. USC's defense is still suspect to me, and because that's what I was saying. You could see it in the way they were tackling these LSU running backs. LSU was right there. All they had to do was run the ball 4 or 5 more times to break them, and then it would have been wide open. Because USC did not want to keep tackling that boy John Emery. They did not want any part of that.
Okay, listen. I think first and foremost, I want to give props to whoever set up the game of the week because they did a great job. That was an insane game. I thought it was a very good football game. Now, I also don't think LSU's that bad. I don't think LSU's ever bad. I think they have way too many talented players to ever be bad. USC is very – now, I think that was just a good game. I don't think either team looked bad. USC played fairly well.
They didn't look as great as they have in the last –
yeah, but, I mean, when you go –
4 years.
When you put two good teams together, it's not going to look pretty, right?
And I guess from a different standpoint, you are replacing the number 1 pick in the draft at quarterback. So, I mean, there's bound to be a little bit of,
What's his name? What's their quarterback's name? USC's quarterback. I think he did a great job.
If you watch, his feet looked really good. Like he was really you know what I noticed actually, now that I think about it, because I hate Dylan Gabriel, but there's one thing about him that I noticed when watching him play. His feet, they're both so calm. Like the game is moving a million miles an hour around them, but it looks like they're just walking and they're just like slowly moving their feet. And then and I think that may be a Lincoln Riley quarterback tree, type.
Lincoln Riley's kind of a dog.
I think his, you know how they always say strike while the iron's hot.
Mm-hmm.
His iron is no longer hot.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't know, man. I think USC has a chance to do something here.
We're gonna find out.
I don't think USC is gonna make the playoff.
I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, but it's
12 teams. You don't think USC gets ranked above 12?
Well, I mean, they were only ranked 23rd coming into last night. They beat LSU, 13th ranked, and look, I don't care what y'all say. LSU is a well put together football team.
No,
they're not a bad team.
But their head coach is an idiot
for sure.
Yes,
they had Numas. What's his name?
Nussmeier.
Dude, he was wheeling and dealing for the whole first half. Dude, he was going stupid. It could have been it, but LSU could have went either way with it.
Yeah.
And once Emory started getting, I think they should have fed the hot hand or whatever the saying is. But
yeah,
it sucks that they didn't go to that. But regardless, USC found a way to upset arguably more talented team.
I would argue the same. Yeah, I would say LSU was definitely more talented. It was definitely an upset for sure.
Yeah,
and that's even outside of the obvious fact of the rankings.
Mm-hmm. And I think I don't know why, but I'm in on USC this year. I think that they look way better than they did last year, just off of week 1 alone.
I can agree with that.
I think their defense is playing. It sucks now that Caleb Williams is gone. We don't get to see what that team looks like
defense,
with
good defense.
Yeah. But I mean, their defense looked pretty good considering all the weapons that LSU has. I think they did a pretty good job.
Yeah. I mean, and USC still has a lot of firepower, at receiver. So I mean,
they got some guys, dude.
They got some guys. Kyron, what was his Kyron Lace? Or no, that's LSU. USC has
Lincoln Ryan has always recruited offensive players, and so he's always going to score 100 points.
Mm-hmm.
But now, as of late, he's starting to invest into the defensive side of the ball.
It took him 4 years to get rid of Alex Grinch. This dude isn't the man who stole Christmas. He stole your defense, sir. So he finally went out and got him an actual defensive coordinator who's worth a crap. So hopefully
Kyron Hudson.
Hudson.
Yeah,
that's what I was, okay.
That kid.
I was trying to.
I don't know if I'm biased on him. He looked really good. I don't know if it was just the one-handed catch of the week or if it was dude. I don't know how he held on. Did y'all see the targeting call? The one he caught while he got smashed on the side of his head. That's an insane grab.
Where he caught it like
won
this?
Them the game.
Oh,
no. The second one.
Yeah.
He caught it in it was like in the 20-yard line. He got fucked. Dude, he got smashed. And then won the game. And then I was so surprised that they took that draw play for the touchdown to end the game. I thought they were doing the field position thing where they were going to try to have their kicker kick it. But I don't know. I thought it was a good game. I thought USC looked great.
It did. It was a solid game.
Shit.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean,
A&M, we knew they were going to be bad. I don't expect them to be. Didn't they finish the season unranked last year?
Can we talk about how TCU almost lost to Stanford?
Oh, what about Texas Tech? Texas Tech playing Abilene Christian, double overtime, 52-51.
Oh yeah, I saw the final score of that game.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy.
The score of that game. Yeah, that's a bad one.
52-51.
Yeah, that's bad. It was bad.
Double OT. I'm pretty sure it was double OT. That's crazy.
I bet it was a fun game to watch though.
It would have been fun to be there.
Okay, so what would y'all rate the opening college football weekend?
Oh,
on a scale of 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
7.
Yeah, I feel like I'd give it like a 6.8.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good dopamine hit. It was like, oh, it's finally back. Like it's actually here. Like I can turn on the TV and I can just watch football whenever I want. This is awesome. But it was a lot of blowouts. It was also.
I would just like to see a little more competitive games. Like I don't want to see 52-0. I don't want to see somebody score 76 points. Like
yeah, but dude, listen, I'm into these little teams this year. I got a couple like Tulane and San Jose State and like North Fresno. Dude, I'm into all these little games, and those are always so good.
So fun.
Those are always so
because none of the players are they're all bad. None of them are great. So you're like,
they all suck.
Everybody's bad, but they're really trying. And
but anything can happen, dude. You'll see the craziest stuff in those games.
Did y'all see the interception in the it was like one of the first games of the day. He like went up and caught. Oh God, what was that game? It was like oh man, I can't remember. But anyways, yeah, there were a lot of highlight worthy plays this weekend for sure. There were, I mean, specifically, and probably because you're playing shitty teams, but a lot of highlights came in the better game.
Quinn's no look pass was nuts.
Come on,
it was
now.
a little overrated. It was a
little overrated. Dude, the cameraman damn near zoomed up to the top deck. He was so confused.
Dude, it was like a 4-yard play. Like, it was not that crazy.
No, the play isn't crazy. It's the fact that he wasn't even looking at the dude and still made the throw.
Dude, it was literally from where I'm at to that wall.
No, it was.
I could sit here with almost perfect accuracy and throw it behind my head and hit whatever I needed.
Tripping, dude. You're tripping.
It wasn't that impressive. Now listen, he should have done that last year in the playoff game. That's all I'm gonna say. Where was that? Where was the no look in the playoff game last year that didn't get y'all sent home? Instead, he wanted to launch one over his receiver's head. I don't know about that.
That's fair. We'll be back.
I think y'all need to start Arch.
No.
Arch's touchdown was way more impressive.
That was pretty cool. He ran down the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. That was nice. That was looking nice. And he hit the coldest celebration of the weekend. That was hard.
Somebody was like, Arch got aura, and then somebody quoted it and said, no, that's not aura. Arch one of them members.
Yeah, he's one of them members. Arch look good. I mean, Quinn is obviously going to look good. He's not a bad quarterback. But I'll say this. UT has a history of quarterbacks that are really good that don't really do much.
Or get hurt.
Or get hurt.
What was that kid before Quinn Ewers? Sam Ehlinger? Super good. Really didn't do anything, though.
You know,
I feel like we're back when we're definitely not back.
I can't wait for. I think y'all are better than us. I was telling Ethan last night, I think as a fleshed out roster, and if it came down to us playing each other, I think y'all beat us probably 6 times out of 10. Only because y'all have more.
The problem with Alabama is Milroe can't throw like.
Take it easy. He was dealing.
He was dealing because you were playing Western Kentucky. But what I'm saying is
Ryan Williams.
That kid is cold.
A dog.
He's still been in high school. What is he, like 17?
17 years old. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, 140 yards. Hello. Okay.
You were playing
Jam Miller, dog. What's the other one? Hines. I forget his first name. Dog. We got some kid from Washington. He's all right. We had a safety, Sab, 2 picks. That's a dog right there. I mean, we got damn playmakers, baby. They're all young. They're all young.
They're all young bucks.
Yeah, they're all too young for me to have any confidence in them.
You got a lot of confidence in them already.
I got confidence in Jalen Milroe because I feel like he's so underrated. And now, don't get me wrong, he pisses me off a lot, like all the time. That's my guy, though. And I think if we can just fit our offense around his strong suit, why are we trying to? I get it. To play quarterback, you got to do the intermediate pass, but he got the short range stuff. He could throw little screens and all that. He can run the ball, and he has top 2 best deep balls in the entire nation.
For sure.
So we need to play off of that, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, you could get a lot, like he's like the perfect quarterback for like Army.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like he can run that triple option like it's nobody's business, I bet.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be great. I wouldn't doubt if we had a couple triple option plays in the play.
All of a sudden they come out and line up under center with 3 running backs in a straight line. Like, what are we doing? What's happening here?
Dude, I think I don't know. I think Kalen DeBoer for his first game. Listen, I think he needs to get a little bit more discipline in those kids because we had like 6 offensive penalties in like the first quarter. It was ridiculous. It all happened on one drive. We had like 3 back-to-back offsides or something crazy like that. I was like, dude, figure it out now.
Look to your left or look to your right. That's
dude,
where
it
the
was
ball
bad.
is, man.
And UT, I mean, Isaiah Bond looked all right, I guess.
Did you see him get a face? Somebody grabbed his face mask, and this dude corrected his helmet, then caught a touchdown on the same play.
I mean, I could probably do that too. No,
oh my god!
I haven't seen anything out of that kid since he was at Alabama that really made me go, "Wow, he's good."
Well, we'll see when we play apparently the best defense in the country this week. So,
dude, Michigan is so bad. Michigan is dude, they're so bad.
Dude, it better be. Listen, the more I think about it, and the more the closer we get, even though it's barely even Monday, the more I feel like it's gonna be like 52-0. Like I don't know. Like I'm trying. It's not gonna be that, obviously, but like I'm trying to remain as calm and as humble as possible. But like at the same time,
there's 2 ways I see this going. I see it. I believe the way I think it will go is I think it will be not a blowout, but a win by a big margin for Texas.
Convincing, yeah.
Maybe not a blowout, but 14-point win. I can see that happening.
I can see that.
Or it's going to come down to the wire.
One or the other. No in between. It's going to be one or the other.
Which I hope it doesn't happen because then that means Michigan will have some sort of like, oh, we're still good, but they really suck.
But you really, yeah. I don't know. I think this week's gonna be this weekend of college football. Let's see who. What are the games this week?
Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's take a look see at that.
I know Georgia's playing Tennessee Tech.
That'll be a damn barn burner for sure.
Ooh, Oklahoma State, Arkansas. That'll be a good game. Kansas State, Tulane.
Penn State's playing Bowling Green.
Hey. Shout out Bowling Green,
baby. Baylor and Utah.
So Texas and Michigan's definitely game of the week.
Yeah, game day and
Baylor, Utah is probably going to be good. Iowa State, Iowa's going to be probably pretty good. Alabama, NC State, or Tennessee, NC State.
Did y'all see that Iowa scored 40 points?
Who?
Yeah. Iowa State.
Oh, yeah.
Iowa scored 40 points last week.
Dude, Ole Miss scored like 72.
76
points. 76 points.
To 0.
Michigan State, Maryland. Let's see. What's that? What are this week's not going to be that interesting. Outside of Texas and
State, UTSA.
Are they playing here, Logan? Are they playing in San Marcos?
Stand by. I think they are. Yeah.
What time do they play?
3.
Ooh, we could go to that game.
I'm going to that game for sure.
What game?
Texas State, UTSA.
All right. Here's my game. Here's the games I'm paying attention to.
Hold on. Hey, hold on. Listen to this. Look at this.
Oh my God.
Get him. Get his ass, Isaac. Sick him.
That's crazy.
The disrespect, the level of disrespect is really insane.
Was that Lane?
Yeah, that was Lane.
That's crazy. Hold on. I'm going to text him right now.
Tell him if he has something to say, he can hop on. If you want to talk your talk, then you will walk that walk.
University of Houston versus Oklahoma. Who do we got?
versus Oklahoma?
Actually, you know what? Here, let's do this. Let's just do this. Let's do this. This is a new segment presented by Mamitas. Okay? Presented by Mamitas. It's called Who's Gonna Win? Texas or Michigan?
Texas.
Arkansas, Oklahoma State.
Arkansas. They put up like 70 points.
Okay. And Taylor Green is something that Oklahoma State might have a problem with.
Pay attention to this one. Kansas State, Tulane. Tulane Green Waves. Give me the Green Waves. Give me the Green Waves, baby.
I was going to say Tulane.
I think Kansas State got that one. I'm not going to lie.
No, give me the Green Waves.
I think Kansas State got it.
I don't want to hear it. I want the Green
Waves.
You shut your mouth.
Bowling Green, Penn State. Okay, Penn State's going to win that for sure. And then McNeese.
Wait. McNeese.
Yeah. You think McNeese is going to be A&M? That's crazy. Georgia, Tennessee Tech. Okay. Let's see. Baylor and Utah. Who do we got? I got Utah.
Yeah, Utah's going to dog walk Baylor. Yeah, for sure.
Iowa State, Iowa.
I got Iowa.
I got Iowa State. Give me Iowa State. Yeah, I want Iowa State on that. Who else we got? It was another. Kansas, Illinois.
Kansas,
yeah.
Yeah, Kansas. Kansas is the correct answer. This is another game I'm paying attention to. Tennessee, NC State.
Tennessee.
And
that Tennessee's quarterback can throw it like 100 yards.
I want NC State.
I want NC State too.
I want NC State. I want Tennessee to win because they're in the SEC, but I think I want NC State to win.
just for mayhem, just for pure ruin somebody's day. That's all.
And then Oregon, Boise State.
Oregon.
You think Oregon's going to beat Boise State?
No, I'm going Boise State. I that's what I was talking about earlier. I'm going Boise State. I don't think Oregon's going to have an answer defensively for Ashton Jeanty. I just don't think it's going to be. I think they're going to run the ball 32 times for 210 yards. Touchdowns? Yeah.
Oh yeah, give me Boise.
Last one of the day. Utah State, USC.
USC.
I think this is where USC can convince people. If they blow out Utah State.
Yeah, if we're talking, if they hit them with a 56-10 type beat, I feel like that'll be.
They're in the teens. They got to be in the teens at that point.
I agree.
Because they already beat LSU. Look, because they're ranked 23.
Hold on, guys. We got to talk. Hold on.
Go ahead.
How many times do we have to go through Lincoln Riley before we recognize who he is as a coach?
I think Lincoln Riley's overhated.
Overhated?
I think he's overhated.
This guy, this motherfucking guy right here, talk about some overhated.
I think he's overhated. I think he's an offensive coordinator.
He's never won anything outside of a conference championship first.
But he consistently builds good rosters.
Yeah, and they consistently build the wall around Texas. And
listen, offense wins championships, baby.
I don't know about that. I do.
Baby just got home.
Baby,
roll tide.
Roll mother. I don't give a shit.
Okay, so let's switch over to the NFL real quick.
Oh, wait, hold on. Before we switch to the NFL,
Texans are going to win 13 games.
Hold on. Let's do our top 5 after this first week that we saw.
Oh, easy peasy. I already got it.
All right. So I'll go first, and then Logan, and then Isaac.
I just want everybody who's listening, if anybody's listening, their answers are incorrect. They're about to say the wrong answer, but I'll go ahead.
Okay. So right now, as I see it, I see Georgia 1, Texas 2, Alabama 3, Ohio State 4, and Ole Miss 5. Georgia, I did say they were beatable, but they did just beat a 14 Clemson, so I feel like you have to they didn't do anything to move from 1, so you have to leave them there. Texas, I think Texas is going to handle business against Michigan, and I think they're one of the fastest teams in the country, and so I think that is enough. Alabama is really solid. I think Alabama is going to line up behind Jalen Milroe, and they're going to go as far as he takes them. I don't think they have a whole lot of playmakers outside of that.
You're wrong.
As far as Jalen
Milroe
goes, as far as Alabama,
what a loser.
Ohio State at 4. They didn't really look that good either. I think Will Howard still needs to get his feet wet in that offense. I'm not totally in love with Chip Kelly's offense anymore. I think it's a little dated in terms of the scheme. But I think they have the guys. Jeremiah Smith, former number 1 receiver in the country. He's going to be really good. He had 2 touchdowns. So that connection could bode well for them. And Ole Miss, they're just a really good team. I think that they really hit the portal hard. It's paid off. So as far as Jackson Dart goes and as hard and as good as they can play, if they can get the running game going, because they did lose their running back, then I think that their ability to run and pass should make them really hard to stop offensively, and defensively. They just got to get, one more stop than the other team, basically. So that's why those are my top 5.
Logan? I'm going to go. Let me look at it real quick. Ohio State 1, Texas 2, Bama 3, Ole Miss 4.
Dude, what are you talking about, dude? What are you saying right now?
Ohio State won 52-6.
Fuck.
What?
You're muted.
Sorry.
You just left. You had to take a break real quick. Take a break and come back.
Take a break, come back. Take a break. All right. So what do you got, Logan? Who's hard? So you got Ohio State 1. Who's 2?
Texas.
Texas 2. 3.
Bama.
4.
Georgia. Ole Miss.
5. Ole Miss. Oh wow, that is an interesting top 5.
That is the weirdest top 5 I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, Ohio State 1 is kind of crazy.
Okay.
All right.
You ready? Here we go.
Yep.
Georgia, number 1, until they can
prove otherwise.
Yeah, pretty much. Number 1 stays number 1 until they deserve to not be number 1. So it's going to be Georgia.
Right.
Then it goes Alabama.
Okay.
Number 2. I don't think that's really that much of an argument. I think we're the second best team in the nation. I think we have some questions.
10 minutes.
Hold on. I said y'all could beat us 6 out of 10 times. We still got 4. I said we still got 4 chances to beat y'all, and I think the ability for us to do that is 100%. I think we're going to beat y'all before y'all beat us. But if we played that many games, I think y'all would win. That's what I meant.
So you would win the first 4 and then lose the last.
Yep, okay, exactly, precisely. Alabama's number 2. We are just too damn hard to beat. Okay, simple as that. We're unbeatable almost. We're too hard to stop on offense. Ryan Williams is a 17-year-old. He had 140 yards. Enough said.
All right, 3.
3, I'll go. I'll throw y'all a bone here. I'll go Texas.
Okay.
I don't think y'all are the 3rd best team. I think Ole Miss beats y'all. But I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you because I respect Sark. I don't like anybody on y'all's team. I think y'all are annoying. I think your fans are annoying. I think your players are annoying. I think Amari Kneeblack sucks. I hate that kid. Let's get that understood and overstood. Screw that kid. Then, after Texas, I think we got Ole Miss. And then after Ole Miss, I want who do I have? Georgia, Bama, Texas, Ole Miss. I'll put Oregon at 5.
What?
I put Oregon at 5 because I think, now hear me out. I know they look bad, but this team, if there is a team that I think can get the ball rolling with the season moving forward, I think it's Oregon. That's my top 5. And that's
I think it's really interesting that all of us had very vastly different top 5s.
I left Ohio State out of there only because I don't like them.
Yeah, fair enough.
I also don't like Ole Miss, but I think Jackson Dart is a swaggy little white boy, and I like that. And I like they call themselves Land Sharks. And I like their head coach.
Lane Kiffin.
Lane Drippin.
Okay.
Some might call him.
All right, so I think that's a good way to wrap up kind of this weekend. I feel like overall it was a pretty solid week of college football. It's finally back, and now we get to do it. It's so great that now it's coming back next week. All you got to do is wait 5 days. Makes me so happy. Or tonight. There's college football on tonight. Woo!
And then NFL's on next week.
Next week,
we're back in the damn thick of it, baby.
In the
Let's
thick
get
of it. Okay,
Let's
wait.
get it.
One last question. NFL question.
Okay.
How many games do you think the Texans are going to win?
17 and
11 or 12. Probably 11 or 12.
17-0-1.
Really?
And I think we blow out. I think we blow out the Chiefs, and I think we blow out the Dolphins, and I think we blow out the Ravens. And I think in those 3 games we score a combined total of 150 points, and the opposing team scores 21.
Really?
So you think we beat 50-7?
That's my plan.
Now you're just trolling. Now you're just trolling.
I think we take 2 out of 3 of those games though. And I think we split with the Colts and the Titans and the Jags.
No. We're going to sweep the Colts.
We're not going to sweep
the Titans.
No, we never sweep the Colts.
I'm willing to even bet. I'd be willing to bet money that we lose week 1.
To the Bears?
We don't play. I thought we played the Colts week 1.
No, we played the Bears week 1.
I thought we played Bears week 2, Colts week 1. I'm pretty sure we played Colts week 1.
Look it up. Sure
Fact check it. Fact check it.
I'm looking it up. HOUSTON Texans schedule. Oh yeah, no, he is. That is true. Yeah, no, we do. We play the Colts first. Bears week 2. Yeah, you're right.
I think we lose to the Colts and then we beat the Bears. And I think after we beat the Bears, I think we go on a 5-game win streak.
That would mean beat the Vikings, Jaguars, Bills, Patriots, and Packers. I can see all that happening.
I can see that happening too. Who do we got after the Packers?
Colts again, and then Jets, Lions.
Ooh, we might drop one of those games. I think we're not going to beat the Lions, but I think we'll see them in the Super Bowl. And I think
that's what I was about to say. I think the Texans Lions game is going to be it's a night game. Is that a Monday or Sunday? Is the 10th a Monday or a Sunday?
No idea.
Thursday night.
Oh, we got them on Thursday night. We're a pretty historically bad primetime team.
Bad primetime team, yeah. I mean,
I think the last time at noon. Can we just play all the games at noon?
Listen, I was a fan of all the noon games.
Honestly, I could sleep until 11:45, wake up, make me a bowl of cereal, and have a cup of coffee and watch the Texans. It was a great experience.
It was nice.
Now
I gotta wait all day. Now I gotta wait all day to watch them.
All day. The only good thing is I get to watch all the other games first.
Let me get a. I want a score prediction week 1 versus the Colts.
35-14 Texans, sir.
Well, that's such a great dude. That's insane.
35-14?
Yeah,
it's crazy. No. I'm thinking it's going to be like 28-17.
I was going 28-24.
28-24 seems like that could be possible.
And I think the Colts win it. Because listen.
Here's my thing.
I think with Anthony Richardson being healthy and Jonathan Taylor being, the way it is, and how it is, and they got a chip on their shoulder because we knocked them out of the playoffs last year. I feel like this game means more to them than it does to us, and I think this is just a tune-up to see what's going on with us. And I think they beat us because I don't think we have a game plan for Anthony Richardson because I don't think anybody's going to have a game plan for him. If he can remain healthy this season, I don't think anybody's going to have a game plan for Anthony Richardson.
I don't agree. I simply don't understand the hype behind this. I think I see when I see Anthony Richardson, I think the same thing I see when I see Carson Beck.
Really? Listen, dude, he's a freak, man. You can't sit here and say he's not a freak.
Okay, yes, he can
uber athletic.
But he's over. He's not. He should be playing like tight end or something, or like a linebacker or something.
Well, listen, I hope he's not that good. I haven't seen anything that makes me like. I just know the potential. I'm going based off of potential because
that's fine. Yeah, I mean he is a freak. His testing number, which is why he went so high in the draft. His testing numbers are ridiculous. Nobody's disagreeing with that.
It's what's inside of here though that we don't know the answers to yet. We don't know what's going on inside of his big old head.
Right. Right.
He does have, and he wears an ugly helmet.
a very ugly helmet.
Yeah, I don't know. I think honestly, what worries me about the Texans is that the starters didn't get a whole lot of time to play together in the preseason, so we didn't. There's not a lot of camaraderie there, and I'm worried that we're gonna get a slow start. Because meanwhile, Anthony Richardson played until like the third quarter or something like that.
I think we're gonna be fine as long as we trust in our playmakers. You know what I mean? Feed Dameon Pierce early in the game.
No.
Get him working. Get him going.
No.
And I think we have.
He's our third running back on the roster.
He's our second. He's our second running back.
Cam Akers
sucks.
Cam Akers.
Oh wow.
Dropped from the Rams. He had a good preseason against some damn third and fourth stringers. Throw me out there, I'm getting 2 yards of carry. That's all I'm saying.
No, you're not.
Dude, you put me back there, I'm getting 2 yards of carry.
This guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Dameon Pierce, comeback player of the year season incoming.
He had a terrible preseason.
He had a bad preseason. He had good camps though.
What matters more, camp or actual
game? What matters more, camps or preseason games where his O-line didn't block for him and he got like, I don't know, how many even touches did he get? Like 8? Dude, he got like 8 touches all preseason.
Dude, he was the only running back that looked like he did, though. Everybody else was playing against the same competition with the same people with them, and he was the only one that looked bad.
He was the only one running with first-string defenses. Everybody else was playing backups, straight backups. You're going to sit here and tell me you throw Dameon Pierce in that backfield with Cam Akers playing against backups, he doesn't go off for 172 yards? You're wrong.
That's exactly what I'm telling you, actually. Yes.
That's incorrect. That's incorrect. And listen, I hope Cam Akers does good. I just don't think he's better than Dameon Pierce. Yep. That's it. We can end it on that one if you want to. I think that's a good way to take us home.
Oh my God. Okay. So I guess, yeah, I mean, there's really not much we can get into. I mean, I didn't do any videos for the preseason or anything like that, just because I felt like I needed to absorb what was going on in the league and get my opinions on things and such. But yeah, I mean, I feel like the Texans could go anywhere between 11-5 or whatever it is, 11-7 or what is it, 11-6? Because we play 18 weeks now, 17 games, 11-6 or 12-5 could be one of the two. We're gonna get double-digit wins, though. I feel like that's pretty obvious.
Easy. I think the bare minimum is double-digit wins.
13.
Yeah, you have to at least improve off of last year.
Yeah, the minimum is 10. The thing is, I see a lot of these record predictions, and people are predicting us to lose against competitive teams. So I see a lot of 10-7s out there, with all 7 losses being to like the Packers, the Jets,
the playoff team.
Right.
Lions.
So it's like, how are we supposed to be the second best team in the AFC, but we're predicted to lose against?
Right. Everybody's talking about how we're the team that's going to unseat Kansas City, or like how everybody's like talking about CJ Stroud and the Texans. And I see clips of us on ESPN or on NFL Network all the time. You never saw that when we had freaking Matt Schaub.
That's what I'm saying.
When you never saw that when Davis Mills was our quarterback and stuff. So
easy on Davis Mills.
I like Davis Mills. I like Davis
Mills.
He's one of the top backups in the league for sure.
That's your twin right there, baby. That's your twin. Yeah, that's your twin.
Got that long neck. Got that long neck.
My neck is not as long as yours.
Yeah, but you got a bigger forehead than me.
Yeah, those ain't as long. All right, goodbye.
Oh God. All right. Well, yeah, I guess we can wrap it up here. If you made it this far in the video or watched it all, we all appreciate it. This is Texas Sports World. I'm Ethan, and for Logan and Isaac, we will see y'all later. In the meantime, y'all have a good rest of y'all's evening. Now, hold on. Got to play the outro.